9 months pregnant, Nigerian lady has lost everything. Her life has been ruined. She is just days away from giving birth to her child. Sadly, this sister is going through pain, whilst the ex-husband is saying that it is karma that has befallen this woman, that she deserves everything that she's going through. Let me know whether you agree with the ex-husband or you have any sympathy for our sister Kemi. The Launch Club is where you will hear the latest updates about the daily lived experiences of immigrants in the diaspora. If you want to follow what is going on, this is the place to be. Frank is my name. If you see any value in this content, kindly share so that other people can learn. Remy and her husband, Kemi and her husband, they moved together with their two children to the UK on a visiting visa. They were advised not to bring their children, but their friends and family who have lived in the UK, they ignore the advice. When they came to the UK, they realized that life is not what they thought before they came to the UK. They were struggling, living from hand to mouth. They were in regret. They've made the wrong decision. But they couldn't go back because they haven't got anything to return back to in Nigeria. They then decided, some friends assisted them with work and everything. They were making a living, but it's not enough. They were really, really struggling with life in the UK. They decided later that they should send their two children back to Nigeria because they felt that there's no way the four of them can be strong in Nigeria, that life was really becoming too tough, especially as the wife, she couldn't work. The husband managed to work, but they just felt that whatever they are making is not even enough for them to pay rent in London. The suffering became too much, and the husband and wife decided that their two children, who at that time were 7 and 5, should return back to Nigeria. They arranged for somebody to help them to take their children to go and live with their grandparents in Nigeria, and the children went to Nigeria and they were staying. The parents' plan was that when they eventually settle down, they will bring their children to come and join them. The two people, when the going was tough, they were working together as husband and wife, working as one team. Later, the husband, Richard, had the first opportunity to get paper, but as a man, he decided that the wife he was going to help the wife because, as you know, when you don't have paper, there are certain opportunities that may come your way. It may not suit you as the man, it may suit a woman. Those who have navigated this road, they understand what I am saying. So the man then said that he was going to fund it and help his wife pay the cost. The wife initially got the paper. When she got her paper, luckily for her, the way she got her paper, she can go to school. Meanwhile, before they came from Nigeria to the UK, the man was working in the medical field. When the opportunity came, the wife then decided that she wanted to go back and study nursing. The man, Richard, encouraged his wife that, yes, it is the best thing for you to do, Kemi. Go and study nursing. Whilst me, I am still struggling to try to get the opportunity to sort myself out. A few years later, Richard had the opportunity and he managed to sort himself out paper. But they couldn't bring their children because the way they got their paper, they needed to stay for some years to get permanent resident before they will be able to bring their children to come and join them. Those in the UK who understand how the system works, they will understand what I'm trying to say. They were sponsoring their children who were attending boarding school in Nigeria. The woman then asked Richard, now that you have your paper, why don't you go back to school? And Richard said, no, I don't want to go back to school. I am a bus driver in London and I like the job. The woman said, okay, there's no problem, but I would have liked you to go back to school because as a family, eventually we'll be able to earn more and do more for our family if you go and study mental health nurse. Richard said, no, I'll stick to my bus driving. I'm earning about 27,000 without overtime. If I do overtime, I earn more and I'm just happy with what I'm doing. And the woman said, okay, since this is what you've decided, there is no problem, or call me. They agree. The woman and the man, when the woman finished her study, they were then planning now, almost closing to the time for her to be able to bring her children. She was then now working full-time as a nurse. The woman was earning more money, doing agency. The husband, Richard, said she noticed a few months after the wife graduated. When the wife graduated, he went to the graduation. He was very happy. He shared the news on all his social media platforms, and their family back home, they were very happy. He said when the wife started working, after like 7 months, it felt like the devil have taken over the wife. Every day, Kemi was always complaining, oh, why are you still doing this bus driving? You should not be doing bus driving. The level that I am in now, I've upgraded myself. Why can't you upgrade yourself? Richard said, even if I want to upgrade myself, I will do it because I want to do it, not because you're forcing me to go and do it. I am not going to do what you want me to do. Richard said, this is something that always causes argument. What Richard didn't know was that the wife, she has started having second thought about the relationship. Whenever he brings the idea of bringing their children, he will say she will do it on her own terms, that's not when Richard wants them to bring their children. Richard said one day he started hearing rumor that the wife, she's seeing someone else. He said he didn't believe, but he said the wife was always complaining that you earn 27,000. By the time you take away tax, the money is not even enough for you to do anything. If you don't work, do overtime, go kill yourself. You don't even earn money. The woman was always complaining, and Richard himself is not getting tired of the persistent complaints from his wife. He said what really killed him, because Richard said him and Kemi, they have been together from a very, very young age. They grew up together. What really shocked him was that Kemi called him one day and said, look, I am no longer interested in this relationship. Why? The woman said she's no longer interested in this relationship. She's moving out. He said a few weeks later, he heard that Kemi is now living with another man. And he was shocked. It was this man among one of their friends who Kemi always tell him that, that boy is doing very well. The guy is buying houses in Lekki. He's doing this. He's doing it. She's always telling him how well this guy is doing. And whenever she's telling him to go back to school, she's always using Dakpo as an example. And you know, see the car that Dakpo is driving. And you know, see how Dakpo is buying houses in Nigeria. And you know, see how Dakpo is living his life. The woman will always compare him and Dakpo. And he says, look, I am not in this world to compete with Dakpo. Whatever Dakpo is doing, that is Dakpo's business. I am not going to change my life because you want me to live my life like Dakpo. He says, so he was shocked that the wife left him and is now with Dakpo. And Dakpo is a friend of a friend that all of them know each other. He said he was shocked. The wife that they married from Nigeria, they have 2 children. This is not relationship that the man went to Africa to go and bring you, but they have 2 children together in Nigeria. They brought the children and returned the children. He could not. He said the man said he became depressed. He said his confidence was knocked. He said he lost himself completely. He said for 3 weeks he could not go to work when the wife told him that she is no longer interested. He said because he just did not imagine himself with another woman. Him and Kemi, they are childhood sweetheart. He said, Frank, my life, I thought my life was going to end. He said he was able to pull himself out with the help of his pastors and the people that he had around him. Say, look, just leave everything in God's hands. Just leave everything in God's hands. He said, just like they were saying, he decided after some time that he was going to leave everything in God's hands, but he doesn't want anything to do with women again in his life. His focus is his children, and he will now work and bring the children back to the UK. He said when the woman moved out, when he brings the idea of bringing the children, the woman said he cannot support the children now. Not knowing that the woman, now that she's now in a relationship with Dakpo, she is now pregnant with Dakpo. The guy said when he heard from somebody who saw the wife in a party that the wife is now pregnant with somebody, said the guy said he's shocked. The wife left my house. It's not even up to 9 months. She is now expecting a baby. The guy, Richard said he almost collapsed. He said he has managed to get out of the hurt he felt when Kemi told him that she's no longer interested. But when he heard that the woman she's now pregnant, he said initially part of him always believed that Kemi, whatever has gone into Kemi's head, she will come to her senses and she'll come back. Say he always believed that Kemi will come back. Despite the fact that she moved out, he always believed that she will come back. He said when he found out that she's pregnant, that is when he now realized that, oh, this is real. Kemi is not coming back again. Another man has taken Kemi from me. The guy said this woman who is working as a nurse, doing very, very well for herself, what she didn't know that the Dakpo that she is rolling around with in Thamesmead area of London, the guy is a kingpin, is a scam master. But Dakpo was telling Kemi all sort of things. Money business in Nigeria, I am into this. Then the guy was telling this woman everything that she needed to hear, that he is not into anything. But the woman will ask, how come you have all these things here? How come? What the guy will, I have investment, I have different business, I am into have oil and gas business in Nigeria. He will always have things that he's always telling them. And the woman was believing this guy. Dakpo now, when he now found out that the woman is pregnant, Dakpo called Kemi and said, Kemi, I have money project. I have a project that I'm working in back home. It's a very big project in Nigeria. He showed the woman the hotel that he's building, big hotel in Ibadan. He said, okay, what I want this is going to be for me and you. This project is for me and you. I want you to go help invest in this project. The guy managed to persuade this woman who has built her credit to enviable level to the point where this woman, she went to the bank to take £27,000 loan. It didn't end there. After she took the 27,000 loan, the credit card that she has more than 4 credit cards that she has in her possession. She started going to the bank, into the ATM machine to withdraw the money. By the time the woman now finished, she now ended up taking another 22,000 from her 4 credit card that she has. She withdrew the money. Some of them she used it to buy things. You give it to Dakpo. This man now put this woman in close to £50,000 debt. He put the woman in close to £50,000 debt. What Kemi didn't know is that everything that Dakpo, the image that Dakpo painted to her is completely fake. That is not the real person that Dakpo is. One day, Kemi took time, now that she's close to delivery, she said she's not going to work again. She's expecting the baby. She came back one morning. They said, Dakpo, change his number, change all the contact that he has. Said, Dakpo, told Kemi before that he lives in Birmingham, not knowing that that boy has changed his everything. He's got his wife in Northern Ireland where he lives, and he has now disappeared from this woman's life completely. The woman who is now expecting a baby with Dakbo is nowhere to be found. The woman said when she called Dakbo's number, the phone is not going. It was Dakbo's friend that told her that this is the second time that Dakbo is doing this kind of thing to a woman, that he did the same thing to another woman in Kent. The woman in Kent, according to her, he said that woman in Kent, she almost commit suicide when she found that what this guy has done to her. The guy made her to collect all the money, loan, and everything, only for this guy to disappear in the last minute. This Richard said is happy that it is karma that I've caught up with the wife. The wife left him because he's not doing too well, because he doesn't have enough, he's not spending money the way that boy is spending money, and the woman went to meet that boy because she saw all the glinting in that boy. Now she's going to be a mother raising the baby alone, and she's in serious debt. She has lost everything that she has worked for because of that boy. There are valuable lessons that can be learned from this story. That boy is still out there. Then you could be the next victim of that boy. Share this video with anyone that you know.